The views, opinions, and pages shared by You Wealth Revolution and guests are not intended or implied to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
Hello and welcome. It's Darius, and today, do you have an idea, a vision, a possibility in your life that you know deep down at some level could be moving you farther, easier, and more abundantly forward? Do you have that idea, or do you feel maybe that there is a path that could be easier for you and you've not yet taken it, or you're not even sure if it exists, or maybe you're just hoping such a thing is possible? Well, I believe the right pathway, the right doorway, the right inspiration, the right knowledge from above could lead you to choices and possibilities that will blow your mind, that will in fact change your life. And that is exactly what we're going to be talking about today. The angelic secrets to rapid abundance. I mean, I know a story of a guy who had a chance to invest in Starbucks for something like, 50 cents a share back when it was literally nothing. And he said, no. Well, what would happen today if that person had done that? Who knows, right? They'd be a billionaire. And there are all sorts of stories like this. And it may not be that vast. For you, it may be moving to that right location, stepping out and speaking your truth, making that relationship decision, making that decision to put yourself first could set into motion not just one event, but a cascade of events that changes everything. And I believe the angels want our lives here on earth to be faster, easier, and more rich so we can bless others. And our guest today is, of course, my personal spiritual advisor, Kourtney Levens. And she's been doing this for more than 15 years, helping people to tap into their divine gifts. These are clients all over the world with all sorts of income levels and very high level folks to people just like us trying to figure out sometimes the day to day. And her main focus is helping us make the right decisions at the right time. Now, she's also been an angel certifier as well. She's trained people all over the world to be able to do this, but her own gifts came in through a very unique experience that happened after the passing of her dear mother. And we're going to be talking about what that opened up for her, because one of the things that Kourtney's able to do, I think better than most, is find those decision points, find those decisions that are going to move you into the life that you were born to live. Now, I know there's going to be a warning, and your mind might say, maybe my time has passed, or I had opportunities and there's no more left. Darius, you don't understand. The world is just not the same anymore. But I do understand one thing, and that is the supernatural world. The supernatural world has doorways, possibilities, and miracles that we can't even imagine. So we cannot fathom the ways of higher spirit. And when we do, we only take them down to this level and we miss the miracles. Let me share what one person said. Joanne Jester, after working with Kourtney, I had the best year ever in my career, a direct connection with the divine, and I trust nobody better to connect than you. Another person, Trinity, when I asked for help with a health issue, I could feel shivers throughout my body, waves of energy. 30 minutes later, I still receive and feel shifts physically. I definitely received a profound divine physical healing through Kourtney. Well, without further ado, let's welcome Kourtney, and go ahead and raise your hand. Let's help you today. Kourtney, welcome back. Excited to have you here today.
Thanks, Darius. I love being here. I love your audience. It really is like my second home. Y'all are always so warm and just so opening, and I can feel the energy. And it was so funny when you asked us to send out energy to others. I went into the audience and was sending energy, and I love it because a couple of them, I could see them playing in the energy and feeling that support, and it just reverberated back to me. So thank you for having me. Always a great time. Never a dull moment whenever I come on this show. Lots of miracles and surprises. So I'm ready to go.
Well, you've been very busy. I know last time when you came on with this topic, which are the angelic secrets to rapid abundance, rapid meaning things right now that could just fire off and change your life. This was very popular. A lot of people wanted to know, what are some of the things that you started intuiting from live sessions? What were some of the doorways that you saw in people, and some of the things maybe that they wouldn't have seen by themselves? Do you have any stories or things you remember?
Yes. Okay. So really, the stuff that we may not think about. So I've never thought about my beliefs around money and how it would affect my parents. Okay, y'all know my mom is deceased, but doing some of the sessions, I had a client and she was the belief came through. I said, we've got some beliefs that are blocking you. I could see these energetic blocks. And when I went into them and the angels showed me, there was a worry, kind of a fear, not necessarily consciously, but subconsciously, about doing better than her parents and surpassing them. That was something that I really didn't have much experience with. But when we went in there and we were able to start clearing some of that out, she said, oh my gosh, I can feel the difference. I feel expansive. I can feel my heart open. And I feel like I can really move forward. Another client, we went into it and we found that there were some shackles, some chains, some being in bondage to some things that had happened in another lifetime. So for those of you who believe in other lifetimes, yeah, some of those things that happen can actually come through in this lifetime and we can carry it over. So being able to go in there and help clear that and break that away and release her from that bondage, that was really, really huge. I had another client, and this, those of you who are parents, we worry about our kids. And one of the clients was going, how do I help my son? He's shy. I can't get him to get a job, right? Failure to launch. And so we went in there and we talked about this and found that it was really her fear of what would happen to him that was causing her to be a little bit overprotective. So when the angels came through and told her, this is about you supporting him and going out and having a social life and not being a hermit, that was really empowering. And she went, oh my gosh, I've never thought about long-term how it would benefit him to do these things. So getting people out of their way. I had an entrepreneur come through to have a session. And one of the things that we talked to him, husband and wife team, talked to them about was the e-commerce aspect of their business was ready to just explode, but we had to get them out of their own way. And so really, really great hearing from the angels on that and giving them those steps, those choice points, those specific things they could do to step back and allow it to happen and to bring it forth. And that's what we're going to be talking about in today's exercise, is really pulling that money in faster, being in alignment with it, getting the old stories out of the way, and making ourselves somewhat of a magnet to bring it.
I love that. And as we dive into this, maybe the first step for a lot of folks is just to understand that the angels will want to help you. They will want to help you do things easier, faster, more abundantly. Why is that, Kourtney? If people don't think the angels would want to help them with that, then it would be very hard for them to actually bring in that assistance. But why would the angels want something like that for people?
So you think about God, creator, source, spirit. You are that creation. You are that product, much like we as parents look at our children. So when God looks at you, he says, you're perfect, you're wonderful. But we go, oh, no, I've got, how do I pay the mortgage? And I've got this worry and this and this and this. So he sends his angels, his messengers, to give you that guidance, to give you that comfort, to give you that direction, to give you that clarity, to give you that support in your next steps of moving forward, because they want, like you with your own children and family, they want your life to be wonderful. They want you to be happy. And if you are worrying and you are coming from a position of lack, then you don't have that joy and that happiness at all times. And they want nothing more than for you to go through this world experiencing what life has to offer with joy, with happiness, not worried about how am I going to pay my rent.
Do they see different pathways for our lives? Are they able to kind of look down the road from a higher level and provide guidance in terms of which pathway, north, south, east, west, might be the best, might be the one that provides this beautiful possible abundance for us?
Yes.
Okay.
And they want you to know that you have free will. I worked with a client just minutes before the call, right?
Wow.
And she was asking about her career. And I said, okay, let me tell you, you have free will. You can stay in this job for the rest of your life. you can quit tomorrow. But let me tell you what I see and what they're showing me. So as we went into the energy of staying with this career, I saw her crying, and Archangel Michael was just, around her trying to boost her spirits, right? But she was no longer in alignment with the corporation. And she said, my gosh, Kourtney, I have been feeling that. And I said, but if you were to leave and do your heart's desire, I see you affecting more than just yourself, more than just your friends and family, and really getting that energy out there. And then I went, oh, are you crying? And she said, yes. She said, I can't continue to stay at this company. It goes against everything. And she said, and I'm so glad the angels are showing you what my dream really is, my passion really is. She said, because that's what I want. I want nothing more than to get out there and help people. So they will show me, yes, okay, you can stay in it, and here's what it looks like, right? And it's so different than a lot of readers out there, because if you know, much like we do with you, Darius, hey, if you stay in this relationship,
that's right.
Oh, here's what it looks like. And they're not coming through and saying, you should leave, you need to leave, you need to do this, right? There's no judgment, but for them to give you that picture of, hey, here's what it looks like if you stay in this. Here's what it looks like if you make that change. And a lot of times that's all we need to go, oh, shoot, decision's made. I'm ready to move forward.
You're 100% right. That when you said that, I thought about our reading all those years ago, and you said they're showing me if you stay in this relationship, there was this heart, and it was a bunch of thorns all kind of intertwined and tangled. And the main thing I remember was you showed me it really wasn't going to go anywhere. It was just going into this thorny, just bundle of mess. And I thought, my gosh, that sounds exactly like what I was feeling inside, what they were trying to tell me it would be like. Yet I just couldn't, for some reason, listen until you had shown me that and they showed you that. So that is incredibly powerful. I want everyone to really feel into this, is that your decisions, your choices create a timeline, and the angels can see which way that will lead. And we can change it. We can choose. Now, let me ask you this, because after the reading, I mean, it was very easy for me to make the decision. And I was wondering if maybe they were helping me after that connection point, after that information was given. They were somehow, of course, going to rely on my free will. They were going to allow me to use my free will. But once I made the decision, it was like it almost got easier. Do they continue to help, or how does that play out?
Yes. And when you're able to kind of see it and have a visualization, you begin to start being like a magnet and drawing it to you. And your angels, what I love about this is I can see the angels along the path of this, where they're clearing the path, moving some roadblocks out of the way, opening doors, putting people on your path who are a blessing. And the good thing is when you have made that decision, you say, yes, this is what I want. You may not realize it, but Darius, when you did that, there was also a force of energy that said, yes, I also want them to continue helping me. So there were times that you may have doubted, oh, I call Sherry to see if she wants to go get coffee at 10 o'clock at night. She's probably going to be in bed, but why do I still have this feeling to call her and ask her, right? And she said, yes, I would love to, right? So
it's actually what I did. It was about 7:30, and I just finished the seminar. I was teaching a real LLCs and corporations seminar at an internet investing conference in Austin, and we'd been chatting, and so I wrote her 7 o'clock, and I said, "Hey, let's go meet tonight instead of Sunday morning." So that's kind of what happened. You were right, and so the rest is history. But you must have read that again, Kourtney. Good job.
So know that they are blessing you and giving you that support and giving you that encouragement and nudging all along your path. They also will block things, and you will have that feeling, not the egoic feeling that says, oh, you're a loser, you can't do this, but that feeling of, you know what? I don't feel like it's the right time, or that's the right person, or that's the right place. Let me hold off on that. Let me just pause and visit that later. So know that they are there helping you. And when you get in alignment with what it is you're wanting,
Mm.
oh, the synchronicities, the serendipitous moments, it really becomes fun when you start seeing that evidence play out.
I agree. Let me ask you this. I want to be clear on the word abundance because for a lot of people, they think it's money. And that is one aspect I would say of abundance. But rapid abundance could also be rapid relationship change or rapid love coming in your life or rapid new situation that opens up or a rapid uh, set of choices where, like, before you thought you had no options, now you have many options, right? Abundance is not necessarily money, it could be something else, correct?
Oh, and yes, and one of my clients who I work with and mentor, one of the things with her is she says, I've got it all, right?
Mm.
I've been all around the world. I've got the trips. I've got the clothes. I've got the car. You know, I've done it all. She says, but there is still a void in me. And being able to go into that with her and help her find that fulfillment and find uh, that sense of not just completion, but that newfound sense of purpose and drive and what she's living for, that has just been, that's brilliant. That's her abundance, having
Yes.
that void filled. And you're right, it doesn't have to be money. It, you know, for some people it might be likes or followers on social media. It might be wanting to have more opportunities. It might be more time with their kids, or it might be more freedom in their life of being able to make those decisions and those choices. And yes, your angels want you to have that abundance, and they want you to have it now. And they are so ready to help you draw it into your life and supercharge it and make it happen faster.
I love it. Well, I'm very excited for everyone, and people are writing in with some cool stuff that they want. So this is great. Go ahead and raise your hand. Real quick question. Does everyone have a rapid abundance path that's available for them? So there are going to be some people that say, yeah, this sounds great for somebody who's younger, somebody who's this, somebody who's that. But I suspect every single person here, and I could be wrong, you tell me, has a rapid abundance path. So some pathway that is, well, maybe that was created just for them, like just for them to literally live their absolute best life, their own personal bliss timeline, if you will. This is what I see for every soul. What do you think about that, or what are some clarifications or things maybe I'm missing about that idea?
So some of my clients feel like they've passed it up and they're like, oh, it's too late. And let me tell you, it is not too late, because during different phases of our lives, we have different windows of opportunity to make changes. Now, that specific choice point might be past, but
Yeah.
there is still that energy line. There is still that availability. There is still that thread, that energetic line, that destiny of you getting more of what you want, the happiness, the joy, the purpose, the friends, the love, the freedom, right? And that, it's
Mm.
never too late.
Yes, it is never too late. We're going to jump in with some questions. So, everyone, it's never too late. There's a path for everybody, not just money, could be anything that enriches your life. But we're not just talking about that. We're talking about rapid abundance, meaning there is a path where this stuff comes in quick. And I've seen it happen in my life. I know Kourtney has seen it. She's seen thousands of miracles. The key is to align to it. And we're going to open the door today. So, go ahead and raise your hand. We're going to take some questions today. Let me go to one of our dear guests. She's the first one to raise her hand, dear Marion. And let me see, Marion, if you could unmute yourself. And once we do that, we'll get started with Kourtney. Make sure everybody can unmute themselves. All right. And okay. So, Marion, if you could unmute yourself. If not, I'll wait for you to unmute, but I'll go straight to Tiffany here. But I will get back to you, Marion. All right. Okay, there's Marion. Nope, there's Tiffany. Tiffany, you're on deck. How can we help you today?
Awesome. Thank you. Hi. I was wondering if my financial situation will change for the better soon, or what I should, if I should be doing something in particular, kind of what's my rapid abundance path for
Yeah,
that
I
to
love
align
that. Yeah,
to it.
you got it. The rapid abundance path. That is exactly what it was like downloaded today. That every human being has this. We just have to align to it. Follow the breadcrumbs. Kourtney, what say you?
Tiffany, when I go into you, one of the first things I see is there is this energy, this cloud, if you will, kind of around you of mind chatter, of the bad negative self-talk, right? We all have our own story, and that's one of the secrets to being an angel reader is knowing everybody has their story, and everybody will attach to a trauma or a reason why they aren't at their level of expectations, or they haven't met some certain goal. It was their parents, or they grew up poor, or this was never important, or that was never important. Everybody has their own story, so nobody is alone in this. But Tiffany, when I go into this for you, when you get your mind made up about something you want to do, you are on it. You get rooted in it. You get very grounded in your purpose, and there's no stopping you. So the biggest thing for you is to stop the negative mind chatter, to get yourself focusing and be very specific about what you want. If it's money, look at the money, right? And know that, and Darius, this is something that I've noticed with my clients. Money doesn't mean that we have to work hard. It doesn't mean that we have to win the lottery. There are so many ways money comes in. One of my clients had a refund from her electricity bill. It was wonderful. So Tiffany, as the energy sits right now, gosh, you manifest so fast, girl. What days is we're the middle of May? Okay, man, within 12 to 15 days, you've got that pathway clear, money coming to you. But I'll tell you, it's up to you, and you being able to say, yes, I'm not necessarily the source of my money. That job isn't the source of my money. Source, God, creator, the great I am, that's the source of this energy, and it's coming to me, and I'm magnifying it and making it happen. So if you're ready, know that you can do this before the end of the month.
Now, Tiffany, let me ask you real quick. Is there a choice? Is there like some option there where either this or this or
I don't
no?
know. That's what I
Okay.
was
Okay.
wondering. I don't
Okay.
know what I should be doing. I don't have anything coming in, so I don't
Okay.
know. That's what I was wondering.
Yes. Michael is talking about you're going to have an opportunity that comes up to you within the next few weeks. So start telling yourself, I'm expecting supernatural opportunities.
Okay.
This opportunity, what's interesting is I see the person handing it to you. So know that this looks like this could be work. And they're handing it to you. It's almost like, hey, do this, whatever, and we'll see how it goes. And your natural inclination would be like, more work, right? But if you take this and go, oh no, this is an opportunity for me to show how amazing I am, then that's what's projected. That's what you're sending out. That's what goes up higher.
Okay.
Okay. Does that make sense? What kind of work do you do, Tiffany? I'm just curious. Or what kind of
I'm
gifts do you
kind of,
share?
I'm actually kind of bedbound right now.
Okay.
And that was something I was going to ask if my daughter's graduating, and if I would physically and health wise be able to, should I go? Is it safe for me to go?
When is the graduation?
It's next week, and there's events and
Sweet.
things that I need to take her to, and I just want to know that I'd be able to get her there, if I should do that or if I should try to find someone to do that.
Tiffany, you've got a lot of resources. They're showing me 2 or 3 people around you who I can't tell that you've communicated with, that you want to do this, but I see at least 2 other people who are willing to help you make this happen and make this a reality. Yes, 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 yes. Everything is coming through. Michael is keeping you safe in this. Rafael is helping to give you strength in this. So not only do you have beyond the visible of people helping you, but you've got other people who are willing to help you, and know that these opportunities, this may even be in correlation. Okay, I was asking Michael if this is causal. If you go with this opportunity, show itself. It gives it more energy. If you don't go, it's not going to take away the opportunity. So I want you to know that. But when I go into this, you making this effort to be there at her graduation and going to this, that really catapults you over, because it jumps you out of some of the negative mind chatter. Okay. And that's going to be huge for you.
Wow. Okay. Interesting how both these things came up. That's super, super important. It's usually, one step and then something else and then something else, and then we end up on a whole different pathway. So let me go to, I was trying to get to Marianne. She hasn't unmuted herself. I'm going to go now to Vet, Vette. Vet, how can we help you today? You're live with Darius and Kourtney Levens. What's happening?
Yeah, hi. Okay,
Hi.
great. Thank you so much, Darius and Kourtney. I have this question. I want to get into a collaboration with a group of people, and I know I can do a good job, but I don't know what I've done every single thing possible to let them know I'm right for it, but I don't know what is, you know, in the way of that. So, can Courtney see anything and, let me know if this is the right time for me or what's going on? But if there's anything, I'd like to know what more I can do.
You bet. Will you tell me how old you are right now, honey, so I can tune into this timeline and pinpoint it really quickly?
Early 60s, just starting.
Okay. Your creativity is off the charts. When I go into this with this particular group of collaboration, there's the circle, you're outside it. The last thing to do is give off an energy of desperation or even forcing yourself. So when I'm asking Michael, the best thing about this is give it to your angels and ask them, this is for the highest and best good. You want to be in it. But I got to tell you, I really see you turning to someone else. This looks like an individual who may even have a little bit more influence. And you're talking about those creative ideas you have. So instead of it going through these people to get to the influential person is hearing this immediately. Does that make sense to you?
Oh yeah. So it's like giving it to someone else and they will help.
Yes. And putting your angels to work on this and saying, hey, I've got this brilliant, beautiful idea. Put the right people on my path. And supernaturally, right? So that these miracles can occur. We're ready for the miracles, and that you have an audience with the person who's going to be the decision maker on this.
Yes. Okay. All right. So I'll put them on board for me and I'll see what happens. But you think that I could use my creativity? Because I don't know I'm not even sure what it is, but I know that I can contribute to the greater good. So that's what I'm hoping for. But I'm not sure which gift to use. That's the thing. So if they could just give me some guidance so you could
Let's
see
ask.
what it is.
Yeah.
The good
Like what
news
gift?
is that when you start talking, know that they're going to speak through you, the perfect words, and know that August is going to be it's showing on your timeline as a month for you to really be in the spotlight.
Oh, wow. This year, right?
This year.
Oh my God. Okay, great. Thank you so much.
All
It makes
right.
me so emotional.
I want to ask real quick, Kourtney, is there a decision maker or are there some names? Do you want to you don't need to mention names if you don't want to, for the caller vet, or people that you're maybe trying to figure out who it is that I need to try to align to? Are there some names that you're aware of?
It's somebody who's in a position of power. When
Okay.
I see Vet sitting down and I see this masculine energy, so most likely a male standing up, and it looks like he overhears her talking to someone else and says, what are you talking about? And they get into this conversation. He's wearing a suit as well. When they show me him standing and her sitting, that's one of their symbols of somebody who's in a position of power. The suit, pardon me, is also someone who's an authority figure or a decision maker in this. So being able to express this Vet where it's not negative, like, oh, I have these great ideas and they won't listen to me. That's not the conversation he's overhearing. You want to make sure that he's overhearing you talk about how expansive things could be and how it really feels good. You're so empathic, honey. You will feel it just rise up and boil up from within you. Know that when you do that and you start sketching out something, what your idea would look like, you give that a lot of energy and a lot of power too. So using both of those gifts and abilities are really going to help open it up. Okay.
Yes. Great.
Okay.
Thank you. And thank you,
Oh boy.
Darius, for contributing and being so helpful. Thank you both.
Sure. I like to get to the meat of the coconut, that's for sure. Let's go to another guest. And this is, I mean, we're doing this in what, like 5 minutes a person. So, if you can imagine getting a full time with Kourtney, 30 minutes, the questions, the follow-up, the energy work that could be done is just incredible. So we're just doing a little bit here. We've got Nancy. And Nancy, how can we help you today? Are you looking for a rapid abundance path for yourself?
Yes, I'm looking for a rapid abundance. Right now I'm kind of in between jobs, but I also do some writing, and
Oh,
I'm not, that seems like it's maybe a way to go. So maybe she could give me some information, because I'm trained as a artist, graphic designer, but I've started writing some uplifting sort of children's things. So open to hear whatever
nice.
she has to say.
Okay.
I love it, Nancy, because as soon as I tune into you, I see that you are in front of a computer quite a bit during the day. One of the things that they are encouraging you to do is to make sure that you break up those times, because you will get bored, let's say, and go off into something that's not conducive for you. Okay, so whether it's playing solitaire or scrolling through social media, know that that is zapping your energy and draining you and really exhausting you.
Okay.
When we go into the children's books and getting into that, that's going to give you get a little bit of an energy line in there, and that's going to satiate you to a certain extent, because the expectation is lower for you. Really, what they're saying is raise that bar for yourself, because your writing is really great, and it doesn't need to be aimed at children. But I hear what they're saying, right? We do it for children because they're not going to be criticizing our writing ability. But see what it is that you want and take it up a notch, expand more, because really that's the path where you're going to get the most power behind you and get the most traction. The writing children's stories, it gets you to a certain point, but you stall.
Right.
Does that feel about right? Is that what you're noticing?
Well, yeah, I've kind of thought about that, because they're very
Wow.
nice, but I'm in the world, there's that view of someone who writes children's books versus someone who might write screenplays or
Right. Right.
things for adults.
Kourtney, I'm going to ask you again. Is there a rapid abundance? Like, is there a pathway, doorway, some opportunity, some month where she should really pay attention, or some person or situation that you're seeing or the angels are showing you?
Yes. So
Okay. I'm a pushy guy, I know.
Calling Gabriel, Nancy, to help you with this.
Okay.
And also remember, he likes to wake people up in the middle of the night to do this, because their concept of time is really different. So set aside, you do really, really well in the mornings. So set aside 30 minutes or 2 hours of time for you just to write. I got to tell you, the screenplays that you're looking at are really, really neat. And they have some twists and turns, and got elaborate character development, if that's the right word. But this looks really, really cool. So know that there's a lot of energy. When so let me just ask Gabriel, what could she do to get there? Yes, okay. So getting up, if it's earlier in the morning, but know that you're prime first thing in the morning, and giving yourself 30 days, okay, that you're going to do this for 30 days, and ask them to give you that energy and motivation, because once you get going, this is really, really good. And know that you don't have to finish something. So Gabriel is talking about after about 10 days, you get stuck and you go, oh no, this isn't any good. No, quit looking at it. Don't edit it as you go along. Just write it all out and tell yourself, I'm going to send it to 10 different people, 10 different agents, 10 different publishers, 10 different whoever, and get it out there. And now Mother Mary is coming through on this for you. She wants you to reward yourself for doing this every day. So if that means, after you do this, you get to go have your cup of coffee or your cup of tea or whatever self-care routine you want to do that. Give yourself that reward for the effort. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. That sounds nice. Thank you. That's helpful.
Okay. Awesome. I love it. Well, thank you very much. We're going to go to the next caller. Kourtney, it's so interesting that everybody has an accelerated path. And I mean, this is why I do the show, because I believe that there is a way to live as a human being when we're aligned to these higher energies, we're aligned to the angels, we're aligned to this higher wisdom, that our life can be miraculous. Like no one is left behind. This is why I get so excited about what we do at UWealth every day. And I thank you for helping us do that, Kourtney, so much. Let me go to Christina. Christina, how can we help you today? What's going on?
Good evening, Darius and Kourtney. Lovely to speak to you. Thank you for taking my call. I just would love to see, because all the things are still up in the air, and I would just love to know if it's any rapid
Okay.
news.
Can I ask what things are up in the air? What's up in the air? Like what?
Well, I'm still, I'm looking for a new job now, temporary new job, and I'm still staying with my parents, house.
Okay.
And I'm going back to Spain for next week for 2 weeks, and to sort some things out. But everything's up in the air yet, so I don't know, what's going to happen. So yeah,
Okay.
a lot of things. So
okay.
So Christina, when you talk about having these things up in the air and you've got a trip coming up and everything like that, know that you not being able to see that end result of what you want is blocking you. So Darius, this is something I see a lot with people. They think they want this or they think they want this, and they get their energy scattered among several different things. And what happens is, if we don't concentrate on that end result, that goal that we really want, then everything chops up in the middle and stops it and blocks the flow. Unfortunately, Christina, your trip and worrying about it is blocking you from getting a job right now. Now, going into a temporary job, it's just going to be a Band-Aid, because you've got to get clarity on what it is that you want. But you're worried about this trip, so that's going to keep you from getting anything until after you get back. So your path to rapid abundance is to get clear on what is the end result, the goal you want. Do we want a Band-Aid job that's just going to pay the bills? Or what is it that really ignites our passion? What is it that makes our heart expand? What's something that we could do all day long and go, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're paying me to do this, right?
that's the one. Yeah, that's what I would love to do, my passion.
Yes. So get clear about how that looks in your mind. And what do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? What is this essence that this new priority that comes in, this passion, what does it bring to you? And who are you as you're doing that? And that's what you're wanting to magnetize. And that's that energy you're wanting to align with to bring that in faster. But we've got to have that clarity on what it is, okay?
Oh gosh, yeah.
What do you love?
I'm
What do you
very
love?
impatient.
What do you love to do? What do you love to do, Christina? Like, what is kind of your bliss? What is something that you do? And time just seems to stand still, or no, time just seems to fly by, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was doing that for 30 minutes or an hour. What is it?
Well, I just love the angels, and I just love people, and I just love animals. So, and I love to enhance the world. So, and I also want to have more, better life for myself. So, more financial security, love, all that peace and inner harmony. And at the same time, I want to make a difference in the world. So yeah, it's like all that in once.
Well, maybe you need to be one of Kourtney's certified angel readers.
I know. Yeah, I would
She
love
does
to.
that.
I would
You
love
know,
to.
yeah. That's the thing for a lot of us who are kind of awakened to this point. Like, we want to be doing this type of soul work. It's very hard to imagine, oh, I
Yeah,
go work at a bank and I help the bank give out more loans. You know,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's challenging. So yeah,
yeah.
it might be pursuing a path that, let me ask you that, Kourtney, is it for her pursuing some sort of spiritual enrichment path where she becomes some sort of teacher, certified healer type? I mean, there are multiple paths. There's multiple ways to do that. You could be a hypnotist. You could learn certain modalities, Kourtney's, or so many others. Does that show up, Kourtney? Do you see that as a rapid abundance path for her? Are the angels showing that?
Absolutely. And that's why they say, don't get so caught up in the temporary band-aid, right? Think about
Yeah.
passion. Christina, you are a natural animal communicator. So know that when you start learning how to tune in and communicate with the angels, that's the type of stuff that you're using to communicate with the animals. And what's so funny is, so when I see you energetically going toward, okay, this job, whatever, it's here, it's down here.
Mm-hmm.
When I tune into you going and doing your heart's desire, that path goes up.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful, and it's joyous. And here's where your decision point, okay, that point for you. One of the things, and this is very human, we start going, oh, but mom and dad are going to get mad because I'm not bringing in enough money right now, or I don't have the money, or, oh, no, they need to see me do this and this before they'd support me on anything like that, right? We start worrying about ourselves. And when we do, we get a very narrow focus. If you can take that and go, think about all the people I can help. And when you start putting it out that way, that's upward, that's expansive, that's a bigger picture, right? And that you bring in more energy, more resources, more people who can be put on your path to help you. So get rid of that narrow, small, down here focus, right? And look up.
Okay, that's great. I just I thought I did that because I did it for 10 years, try to save the world, and then I burned out. But go. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Darius.
Thank
Good
you.
question.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes it's not, and I'm just going to make a point here, that whole idea, like, oh, I want world peace, right? I love that. I know a lot of people that they held that vision, and then you see one thing in the world that doesn't look peaceful, especially in today's times, and then you go, oh my gosh, my life's been a failure. So it's kind of like that story of that person where all the starfish wash up on the beach and he's just throwing each starfish in one by one. And then someone walks up to him and says, what are you doing? There's like thousands of these starfish that washed up on the beach. No way you can save them all. There's no way you can make a difference. Guy picks up the starfish, throws that one back in the water, made a difference for that one, picks up another one, throws in, made a difference for that one. So sometimes it's a bigger goal, but it's also focusing on what you can really do. And don't let that discourage you. Every time you make a difference, it matters. Kourtney, let's talk a little bit about something else because, well, something else is coming up, and that is the beliefs. I notice a lot of times you work with beliefs, you work with the angels to kind of open up the pathways so we believe again. How important is that? Because we could show people something, but if they don't believe it, they don't see it, they don't really feel it, it could just be like a seed falling on barren, arid ground. What do they do to help open that door for them a little more?
I love that analogy of the seed falling on the ground, because what does it need? It needs fertilization. It needs hope. It needs the belief to know that it can grow and it can bloom. And so, yes, in my sessions, that's some of the things that we do. And one day this week, I had somebody and we were talking about what's really blocking her from having the abundance. And it was her belief system. And I'll tell you, if you've got a core belief and you've been taught that money is the root of all evil, it can be very, very difficult to ever have that money, right? If your belief that money is a tool you can use to help spread joy and happiness to the whole world, because then you're not worried about money, you can do your work. Wow, that gives it so much more energy. So yeah, in these sessions, we have actually been going in and changing some beliefs, clearing some beliefs, And in the upcoming class with this, we're really going to do some work on those beliefs across the board with vows and commitments, oaths that we've made in this lifetime or in any others, consciously or unconsciously, because that's the stuff that we need to move out of the way. Those are the things that are unseen that are blocking us. So whenever I go in and I can see this, heck yeah, we ask, are you ready to clear this? You're saying this is possible. Yeah. And we just blow it up and get it out of there.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for that. Yeah, Tiffany, thank you for the comment too. And thank you, Kourtney. That's enormous. Let's get to another caller. We want to remove the limiting beliefs. They block the flow, they block the possibilities. And Tiffany, yeah, thank you for that. Love the starfish analogy. If we can help one person, it's enough. So everyone, if you have a big goal, that's great. But focus on the incremental changes you're making in the lives of one person. A smile at the grocery store to somebody who's not feeling or looking super happy can change their world. It could change their day. It could save them from being in a bad situation, a car accident. We don't know. The greatest trick of the dark side or the darker energies that we see on the planet is that we are powerless, that we don't make a difference. We absolutely do. Each one of you do. Please remember that. I want to go to Odile, who I know, Odile, you sent in a question about, I think, a relationship or abundance, or maybe the combination of the two. Odile, how can we help you today? Yeah, are you there, Odile? I just heard her. Odile, are you there? Can't hear you. Okay. It's just not working here. I'm going to go to Elaine real quick, and maybe Odile, we can figure that out. Elaine, how can we help you?
Hi, Darius and Kourtney. Thank you so much for picking me.
Okay.
I wanted to ask, I've asked the angels for rapid abundance for something specific. I would like to have a romantic relationship, and I would like to, I kind of feel drawn to using a matchmaker. And I've asked the angels for help to be able to pay those matchmakers' fees. And I just wondered if the angels had anything to say about that.
Elaine, it's so interesting because you jumped out at me earlier in the call, just scanning the names of the people on, and I was like, oh, I need to talk to her.
Thank you.
Tell me something. And when I get your name, your age, and your location, all it does is get me into the energy faster. It doesn't necessarily tell me anything. Do you happen to have the first name of the matchmaker you're wanting to use?
Yeah, the company is called Gray and Farah. And do you need more information than that?
The woman's name. Can you tell me her first name?
Yeah, her name is Claire.
Clara. Okay, I do feel like on a scale of 1 to 10, she's a good 7, 7.5 for you. There's someone else there whose name ends in ET or ETTT, Paulette, Juliet, Colette, something like that. If you can get her to be your personal matchmaker, she's going to do even more for you. And that's not to say that Clara won't do well, but there's someone else there, and you will feel, yeah, you're really clairsentient. You'll feel it. You'll feel it in your heart. You'll feel a pull to this person. So even if you're just talking on the phone and they go, no, we don't have anybody there by that name, we have a Susie Q and Joe Blow, then you will feel energetically that pull. And I want to make sure I say this. Clara is great, okay? But we're looking for amazing. We don't want someone who gets into your energy of, okay, I'll settle for this. We want the person who says, no, she deserves the 10 on a scale of 1 to 10. She deserves the very best of the best, okay?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. And do the angels have anything specific to say about the finance around that? Because the fees are quite high.
I see you looking at a check, and in behind you, whenever I see you, is a car. So if this is, I keep asking Michael, how is this related? Because I do not want to put the energy out there. Oh, there's a car wreck and you get something. But if there is, and I don't even want to limit it. So know that I see you looking at a check and you go, oh my gosh, like this is almost the exact amount I need for this. When I go into this, let me get a timeline. We're in May. This feels like June, July. You're going to get clarity on this, and it looks like the money will even be there by July. I see you in a committed relationship, looks like by October, November.
Okay. Thank you very much. And thank you to the angels. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Wow. Interesting. I love this. I mean, so many things opening up here. I love what you said. Like, she's great, but we want amazing. And I was like, I love that. Like, okay, there's the great, there's the that's okay path, and there's the that could be good path. Then there's like that's the great path. There's the amazing path. I want the amazing path.
Yes, and if it's just asking if there's somebody else, or talking to somebody else, then and Elaine is very intuitive. I mean, Elaine, I don't know this. They're just saying this about you. Okay, right? They're telling me you're intuitive. You will feel the difference and you will know it. And again, not speaking ill of Claire. She's a lovely woman. But you want the one who's, we're not repeating old patterns. We want the new energy, the alignment with the new, not repeating the old patterns. So that's what they're pushing.
There's a funny story Napoleon Hill used to tell about a gentleman that went to the restaurant and he ordered lobster. And when they brought out the lobster had one claw. And the guy says, well, what happened to the other claw? And the waiter said, well, he got in a fight and he lost the other claw. And the gentleman said, I want the winner. Bring me the winner. I don't want to eat the loser. Terrible, but pick the best in life. Don't go for second fiddle. Absolutely choose the best. Demand the best. You deserve the best. Let me get to a question here from I don't eat lobster, by the way. This is from Anushka in Belgium. She says, do the angels see maybe it better for me to stay in school as a teacher, or do I start my own healing business? Which path will make me happier and more joyful? And how will it look like my healing? How will it look like her healing business? Is there any information on that? So Anushka in Belgium, teacher, healing business. What would it look like?
Darius, is there any way you can spell this person's name? There's a
Yes.
lot of energy that comes in, so the spelling of the name really matters. So I want to make sure I really get the best.
It is Anuschka. Anuschka.
Okay. So Anushka, you have the ability to do this. Doubt you have is really blocking you. So that doubt is actually fear. And know that fear is something we can tell it where to go. So where do you want the fear to go? My 6-year-old said, zip it, lock it, put it in your pocket. I'm moving forward. So tell that fear where to go. You're a wonderful teacher and your students love you and you do great, but it is not, it's not fulfilling you to a 10, right? 6, 2, and 8, some days are better than others, but you really know that you'd make a difference doing your healing. So what I'm seeing you doing is, oh, this is pretty cool. It looks like even some like-minded people where you work who are interested in getting together and doing almost like a meetup where y'all practice and play in the energy. What's good about this is as you put yourself out there and you give it your all, they start talking about your energy and how your energy is a little bit different and the insights you have. That's going to help get that word of mouth out there and know that that's going to help propel you forward. We've got to get that doubt in your abilities and yourself out of there. Okay, I'd love to do a reading with you so we can clear that, but know that you are destined for more if you'll give yourself that opportunity.
Wow. Okay. Now, in terms of the healing business, just because I'm a pesky little booger, is there anything around what she's doing? Is it animal reading? Is it working with particular areas or modalities that show up or something that aligns to her?
When I see her doing it, they're showing that there is let's say there is touch involved in this, a laying of the hands, not necessarily actually touching. But I feel like it could be the energy where, much like Reiki, where there's an energy transfer from source through you to the person. But there you have another tool in your toolkit. And that's when you start doing this, you start activating that within you. You're going to hear people go, oh my gosh, I felt your touch without you touching me. I felt it here. I felt it there. And then when you start kind of playing with this and practicing with this, they're going to start telling you, oh my gosh, you touched me here. And that's exactly where I had a pain. And then it goes into, the word quantum is coming through. So if this is quantum healing, quantum touch, know that's where I see you really getting a lot of strong support with that.
Wow. Okay. I love it. Well, I want to get to whatever you have planned for us today, Kourtney. Whatever process or whatever the angels are telling you at this point would be very helpful for folks. And whenever you're ready, let's do that. This has been amazing. Like I really can taste this for people. Like we got deep enough that I'm like, they have a blueprint, and we got to that in a couple minutes. Everyone, 30 minutes, and ask the questions that deep down you need to ask if you get a chance to work with Kourtney. Keep asking that follow-up. What's it going to look like? When is it going to look like? How do I do it? Is it going to be at home? Am I going to go to an office? Am I going to do this? Am I going to do that? Let her guide you, and then just walk that path. Begin to follow those instructions. I promise you're going to see rapid abundance, and it could be money, love, possibilities, finding your life purpose, starting your dream business, getting that training that changes everything. It's amazing what can happen. Like life does not have to be a struggle. Kourtney, I love it. What are we going to do next?
Yes. Okay. So this is something this is going to get us out of the old patterns, the old thoughts, that old energy. Tiffany, this is going to be really powerful for you. Okay. So I want y'all to get comfortable, and you can do this with your eyes open or eyes closed, whichever is more suitable for you. But I want you to get clarity about that end result, that picture, that goal. What is it you really desire? Now, some of you will say, I want money. And maybe you'll see a dollar sign, and that will be your symbol for it. You may have the letter A for abundance. You may see the pound sign if you're using pounds for your monetary system. But let's get clarity on what it is we want. The romantic relationship, the more clients, a better car, the house. Get it clear in your mind. And now I want you to think about what is the essence that comes to you when you have this in your mind. When you visualize yourself with that, how does it change you? Who do you become? And as you're thinking about this, let's take it up a notch. Let's go bigger, better, sooner, more rapidly. And what is it that you can get motivated about? And see this in your mind's eye. Get the vision or put a symbol for it. Because if you're wanting money to pay off bills, it's going to be tough to get motivated about. But if you're wanting money to take a course or to do the love coach or the matchmaker, you can get a lot of emotion behind that. So think about that. How are you going to use it as a tool? And create the scene. Get it in your mind's eye. And I want you to start imagining you there. What are you seeing? What are you hearing? What are you feeling? How are other people looking at you? How do you feel in conversations? Who are you in this moment? What are you bringing? How are you holding this space? Now I want you to think about you are energy. You are amazing, incredible energy. And wow, you are super, super powerful. So think about yourself and imagine yourself with a force field around you. This force field may take the shape of a magnet, of almost like a hula hoop around you. You may even see coming from your heart or from your solar plexus, a coil wrapping around you, and we're going to start energizing this. See this coil, this magnetic force, this magnetism around you increasing. And if you send energy from your heart or from your solar plexus, you see this coil, this energetic force field go up higher and connecting with your higher self, and even beyond, connecting to Creator, Source, Spirit, God, your angels and guides. And so I want you to see this force field going up to the divine. You are drawing energy from your angels, from God, that magnetizes this force field. And you begin being a magnet for what it is you wish to rapidly bring into your life, your definition of this abundance. And as you draw in this energy from God, and as you magnetize this flow, you see this starting to come to you, and you feel it in your body. You see it in your hands. Where is it? Where does it land? Is it in your heart, your mind, your hands? Allow it to come to you. And as you look at this force field and its connection to the divine, you notice there are a few steps. And these steps represent the actions you have to take to make this a reality. And you count the steps. 1, maybe 2. But there aren't so many that you can't see the end result. And you notice on each one of these steps, your team of angels is there to help you. And you go to the very first step, the action you need to take, and your angels are surrounding you. And the energy you're drawing in magnetizes this coil, this force field, and draws this abundance to you rapidly, more powerfully. And your angels are there cheering you on because they know you deserve it. And your thoughts begin to change. And you start to feel it. And you feel this magnetic pull. And you realize you deserve this rapid abundance. And you think about this first step you have to take. And they say you're doing it. You are visualizing and you are giving energy to this, and it magnetizes it and pulls it into your world even faster. And they are cheering you on and giving you the support to go to the next step. And you feel even more alive and more motivated because you know the end result and you know why you're attracting this. And your angels are there to give you the directions and guidance. And as you bask in this energy, you feel fully supported. The steps become clearer. The excitement, the enthusiasm, the motivation grows and grows. Your heart expands even more. And that feeling of being able to do this, to reach that goal, to achieve this, is so clear in your mind, nothing can stop you. And then you go back into the energy of this accomplishment when this rapid abundance you've brought into yourself, into your world, you've magnetized it, and drawn it in even faster. And that essence of who you are becoming fills you, every cell, every fiber of your being. And you now understand this is part of your purpose. This is why you are here. And that you have a cheering section, more than you can imagine, cheering you on and helping you to achieve this. And all you have to do is come back to this energy and ask, what step do I need to take? You can even go a step further, and as you're charging this magnetic force field and drawing this into you, you may ask, how long do I need to do this meditation? Once a day, 5 minutes, 5 seconds. And they'll give you the answers. And now feeling really, really magnetized and full of faith and belief and knowing it and seeing it and feeling it and having the emotions of this worthwhile goal coming to you even faster. Ask your angels, is there a time when I will have clarity, when I will know that this is manifesting? When can I expect some proof in this? Beautiful. Y'all are doing amazing on this. So stay in that energy, magnetizing what it is that you want, knowing that you are an energetic being. And with that energy, you are able to pull this into you faster, becoming a magnetic force who pulls in whatever your definition is, pulls it in faster, easier. As each step of the way, you know your angels are there guiding you, supporting you, and giving you the clarity and guidance you need. Take a few deep breaths in. Very gently, respectfully coming back into the room, back into your body. And when you are ready, you may open your eyes.
Wow. That was something, Kourtney. Oh my gosh. That was, I could feel like this attractor field of energy just pulling that timeline. So everyone, this was really a gift. I mean, amazing. And it's so rare that we actually get to feel the magnetic pull of our highest potential choice point. I mean, just miraculous. Like I felt like people were really getting that there's almost an army of those helpers who want to see us succeed, want to see us go down that path. I think people were feeling that magnetic pull of that beautiful high path. And thing I love about this is the real secret is that for a little while, everyone, maybe for a long while, you're going to exist and live in that world, and that world's going to be more real, more tangible than this physical world around you. And I know that seems crazy for most normal people who never really get it because that's the reason they don't get it. But you're going to live in that created world. That's going to be your world. And then that will change this world. And I know because I've done it, Kourtney's done it, and I think y'all are going to do it. In fact, I know you are. So I'm very excited about that. I love that. I got just this. Woof, that was incredible. Beautiful. I had to break through heavy darkness, says Cheryl. Beautiful. Thank you. I feel like I had decision fatigue. This helped me so much. Yes, you should be absolutely excited. And that's the thing. If you are really aligning, you will be. And if you need help, that's what Kourtney's doing. She's absolutely aligning people in a huge way. Beautiful. Thank you, Kourtney. That was great. That was amazing. Kourtney literally lifted me onto the first stair, the second stair, but I made it angels 3. Standing there felt very, very dense. Catherine says that was very powerful. Yeah, lots of things coming in. Energy blocks gone. Thank you. Thank you, Kourtney. Wow. Yeah, I can feel the magnetic force around my body, around my head. I feel peace, energized at the same time. Thank you so much. Wow. Lots of people writing in and lots of people feeling a pull towards that timeline, which I love, Kourtney. That's amazing.
I've been playing with this for I guess a couple of weeks. And there are things that I desire too, right?
Sure.
We have our wants and needs that are changing. And so I was like, okay, what can I do? And I was thinking about some of the different techniques we use when tuning into people. And some of the ones, like going into even Akashic records and things like that. Stuff that I'm teaching, my certified readers on these tips and tricks. And going into this and realizing we're energy, and just about everybody can grasp that. They know atoms and molecules, so they can grasp that. So when you know about that, and you think about the earth having polarities, and we as humans, we have polarities in light and dark and heaviness. And for the one who said she had to go through the darkness, yes, know that when you are going through that darkness, that energetically, those are your old beliefs. And know that that's like an energetic barrier that you will bounce up against until you decide that you are changing. And so that's why we put it in to take it a step further, up it a notch, instead of just, oh, I want my whole family to be healthy and happy. Go beyond that. Go.
That's right.
I want them at my house every Sunday for Sunday dinner, and I'm going to see everybody and hear everybody laughing, and they're going to be talking about, oh, this is the greatest time they've ever had. Go more, want more, because then it's a difference. And some of those old beliefs and some of those energetic blocks aren't aligned with it. They haven't necessarily formed to that, right? So we can go into it fresher. We can pull it in. And that's why that magnetic field is so important. I've worked with one of my mentoring clients, and we did this around her love. And I gotta tell you, it is amazing. We did the work, and she finally said, oh my gosh, I see it like this planet, and as it goes around the solar system, there's another planet. And she said, but I'm this planet, and my soulmate is this planet. She said, there's this force field that's bringing us together. And I've got to tell you how amazing it is, because she keeps texting me and telling me about this man, and she's like, please tell me this isn't going to be bad. He's not going to break my heart. And I was like, no, sweetie, the sky's the limit on this. So I have proof this is working, and we can think about it. Our mind can grasp this concept on a conscious level, but subconsciously it's still working. And we know that, yes, there are steps we have to take, action steps. We can't stay at home in bed or just order food, because the only person you're going to take then is the FedEx guy or the pizza delivery guy, right? So we know there are actions we have to take. And this knows that you're supported along the way. And it's not 50 million steps to get there. It's manageable.
It's very manageable. Yeah. And we're going to make it even more manageable for folks, because one of the things that I love about what Kourtney does is she still opens her time to help folks, really at this rate only through the You Wealth Revolution show, and with these spots only through the You Wealth Revolution show. And the way we're going to do it, and you don't have to go at this alone. You can take what we did here, can add even more by getting Kourtney's help, and you can magnify all of this in a really big way and get the same help I got so many years ago. And it's Angel Secrets to Align to Rapid Abundance. This is a special exclusive offer only at You Wealth Revolution for our season 27. And this is how you're going to begin to align to that rapid abundance. And you may have massive questions, confusions, concerns around it. Here's what you do. The next thing to do, literally, you click that link. When you click that link, you're going to grab the one-on-one session with Kourtney, and you're going to get help, because the truth that Kourtney has taught me and so many other thousands of people is that angels are around you every day and lovingly waiting to guide you to abundance, grace, and ease. That's what it's about. It is possible. It is here. And we're going to talk about it. Kourtney, you got all sorts of stories, all sorts of beautiful things, people having shifts, no matter what's going on in the world. And I know a lot of people may think they're too old, the world is too challenging, there's all of these barriers, but the angels don't really see all that stuff. They see beyond it. When you decided to create this around rapid abundance? What was the goal? What was the mission? Why was this important right now for people?
Because right now, Darius, we're at a time in our lives where people can get very maybe cynical. We had such a belief in other people, and maybe we're seeing things and hearing things. We're getting kind of down. You may have had a faith in your government. You may have had a faith or belief in some leaders. And
Sorry,
now,
I laugh, but I'm like, well, not really, but no, I'm just kidding. But no, I mean, I always have faith that we should have good people that do good things for us. And, agreed. Sorry.
and so some of those people who are just now waking up and learning about, oh, wait a minute, I can manifest. I can create my life, and they, this really allows people to understand kind of even the mechanics of it, how they can make it happen. And it's one of the things I did on one of my readings with one of my mentoring clients, and she said, I want you to teach me how to manifest. And so going into this now, because we need that hope, we need that ability, we need to know that our angels are with us and are supporting us, and that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And that exercise that we just did, that's one of the ways. These meditations in this package, oh my gosh, they are such high vibration meditations that I will tell you this: if you can't stand listening to my voice, which I understand, turn down the volume and just let these play.
Wow.
Because it will clear the energy, it clears the space. And I gotta tell you, I love my certified readers. They are freaking amazing. And I love getting the text from them of, Kourtney, thank you for giving us these 6 new meditations, because I just play them and I notice they don't just clear me, but they're clearing all of the space. They clear the house. It clears all the energy.
Wow.
And so it's really, really powerful.
Well, we're going to talk about that because package A will get you all of that, and package B will get you time with Kourtney and a lot more. And I want to share kind of what's in here because she's got a lot of things going on, plus an upcoming live group session that's going to be happening on this date. But the first piece that I think a lot of people will want to jump on is package B, to get 30 minutes with you. This is where healing energy can come through. Also, burning questions about what that rapid abundance path is. It's package B with Kourtney Levens, and then you'll get everything in A. And yeah, she'll change your life forever. I truly believe that. What Diane Barnes has said, owner agent, a lot of other people. And Kourtney, anything you want to say about the 30 minutes, or maybe something for folks to think about who are booking these sessions now? What would be some things that you would ask if you were having a 30-minute session with an angel reader as amazing as yourself? What are some things that you think, God, why doesn't this person ask this? Or really important to ask, what are some important questions that you think most people should ask if they're having a session with you?
One of the things that I have found to be so powerful whenever someone comes in is having some clarity around what they really want to know. Because we can have the surface level questions, right? I work with a lady, she's one of my mentoring clients, and I work with her maybe once a month, but she said, I have a job, or I have this job, can't stand it, don't like the politics around the school and the teaching. And we said, we've got to get clear on what we want. Do we want to survive the last 2 years before you retire at this school, or do we want some change? Oh no, there's no way anything can change it, right? Okay, get rid of those stories, please, y'all. This reading is going to let you completely drop that baggage, because with her, she said, I do have options and I can do this. Guess what? There just so happened to be an opening at another school. Oh, guess what else? When we did the reading, we found out the name of the person she'd be interviewing with. I was able to go in there, and the angels told me this person loves her. They have the same sense of humor. Got a text this morning. She got the job. So give yourself permission to be open to the possibilities instead of, oh no, that'll never happen. They won't.
Right.
They won't. Right. And know that on the call, we can get very clear and even granular, right, about what those steps are and what has to happen. So if you know what you're wanting in life, if you wave the magic wand, what does it look like? then we can tell you how to get there. We can tell you the steps. We can tell you the angels who are there supporting you along the way. And no, this is so anonymous, okay? I'm not Googling you. I'm not looking up your history. And it's one of the reasons why I even teach my readers, a first name is all we need. So if you go, well, I really want to work for this company, but I can't tell her who it is. Oh, I need to keep that secret confidential. Great. Just a first name. That allows me to go into that energy and I can see, oh, how does this person like you? Are you going to get that job? Or you may have 3 or 4 people that the matchmaker has connected you with. Which one's going to be, who do you want to say yes to first, right? Just their first name. I don't need to know anything about them. I'll go into that energy and take, here's the personality of this one. Here's what it looks like now. Here's what it looks like 6 months from now. So those kinds of things.
Yeah. So I got 2 things out of that. First of all, go big. Don't put limitations around it. This is your time to absolutely, like reach for the highest timeline, right? There's like, kind of not so good. Then there's like so, then there's good, then there's great, then there's amazing, right? Reach for amazing because that timeline exists for everyone. And number 2, if you have specifics, perfect. Choices A or B, this person or that person, this city or that city, this job or that job, this business or that business, and watch it start to unfold. Watch Kourtney have the angels look at that timeline and give you the future perspective. Oh, okay, 5 years down the road, are you happier there? Oh no, they're showing me you're not. Okay, what about here? Oh yeah, you're happy, you're fulfilled. Everything's like, all is going well. All cylinders are firing. That's where you want to be. That's exactly how you know. That's it. You don't have to like go 5 years down the road, be 5 years older, 5 years more tired, 5 years more frustrated. That's not what this is about. I believe in many respects, like everything's all kind of happening at multiple timelines at the same time. I believe there's multiple versions of me, right? There's probably a me that never saw Kourtney. And I don't want to know what that person's doing. I hope they're still on planet Earth. But the truth is, the angels, the higher beings can see all of that stuff. So we don't have to do this alone. I guess that's my point. And, is be curious, be open, be ready to open up these rapid abundance doorways in your life and grab a session. And Kourtney, yes, you've also added some incredible stuff here. I'm just going to make notes for those that want to grab package A. It is amazing. It just doesn't have the one-on-one time with Kourtney, but you have 3 days to align to your abundance frequency. This is 20 minutes. 3 days to manifest wealth effortlessly. Tell me about this, because that is pretty cool. I've actually personally not gone through this. I'm sorry, I will, but this particular one I didn't listen to yet, and this sounds pretty awesome. What is this?
So this is something, Darius, that you can listen to every day, 3 days in a row, and this gets you in that higher frequency, that higher vibration, helps you to release the mind chatter. This won't happen. This, it's not gonna happen, right? It really aligns us with that higher vibration where we can let go of that doubt, that fear, that worry, those kinds of things. Oh, that'll never happen, right? You get rid of that.
Because sorry to jump in, but abundance is a very high vibration. It's an exciting vibration. It's like, and I'm not going to compare it to like a Las Vegas casino. I'm not. But when people are excited, jumping around, and everybody's like, woo, 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 that they're kind of trying to mimic the frequency of how I see abundance, even though I don't think you get abundance from a casino. They're trying to get people into that high state so they stay and they keep trying to, get that winning. But when you're really focusing in and abundantly and things are happening and you're making connections, it feels kind of like that celebration, joy energy, right? It's not like, oh, I gotta do this again.
Completely. And it's one of the reasons why the angels have come through and whenever I was creating this exercise for the call today, they said, now go higher, go more, go bigger, right? Bigger. And don't just stick with what we think. And I'll say this, there have been a few clients who have come in and said, well, can you give me the winning lottery numbers? Sure. And I promise you, I will give them to you. If that is your destiny and the angels give them to me, I will give those winning lottery numbers. But understand that this doesn't have to be a fluke, a freak of nature that you win, right?
Right.
the woman who got an overpayment on her electricity bill and got $646 back, she was jumping for joy. It was amazing. It was wonderful. And I said, okay, that's just one thing. You can have healthy injections of money coming in all the time. We just start removing those blocks and we align to something bigger.
Yes. Yes. And I think a lot of times people want like the winning stuff because they don't feel they can actually go out and receive it any other way. So that sometimes is like a bypass that makes somebody only look to that route, but go bigger in all different ways, all different routes. Don't put limitation on yourself. The angels certainly will not. And the good thing is, Kourtney, you will not. You'll tell folks, no, I think they're showing me a little bigger, a little higher, a little more. Heartfelt healing, the love frequency. So this is important too, moving into serenity and clarity. You know, money in abundance and rapid abundance doesn't necessarily flow when we are feeling anxious, scared, doubtful, panic-ridden. All of that tends to repel it. What is important about serenity and clarity, especially in today's world?
This frequency, I got to tell you, as soon as we released this, every client who came on said they had the best sleep they'd ever had.
Oh, wow.
It puts them in a higher vibration. And if you haven't ever experienced being in a higher vibration, I want to challenge you to listen to this. This is so transformative and transformational in every aspect of your life. I've had people with chronic illnesses have said, I feel like the pain is actually decreasing. Now, it's not possible. And they get into that logic of, well, how is this happening? And they finally just surrender to it and go, you know what? It is what it is. And my pain is decreasing. I'm sleeping better. I had a woman who was, I think she said she was 67 years old. And she said, I get up multiple times during the night. She said, but I've listened to this 4 days in a row and I sleep the night through, not even getting up for a potty break. And she said, and at my age, that's just unheard of. So this healing frequency that you get to listen to, fall asleep to it, it still works, but it really helps you to get out of the 3D and into your altered reality, which is where the manifesting begins, which is where your angels are communicating with you, where you're not just down in the dumps and feeling stuck.
I love that. Yeah, that is part of package A. And then crystals in abundance. I've never seen you do this, but you're going to go through in a PDF and talk about the different crystals that people can use for abundance. We're talking about real crystal energies and real crystals to use, things like rose quartz and others. And then, oh, this is going to be amazing. Money clearing. This is big. This is from the angel, what they would recommend so that you increase the flow. Plus, you've got money clearing meditation as well. And you've also got a discount if you don't want to get another session with the team member or anything like that. And if you want to go straight to Kourtney, I honestly think for $50 more, plus you're going to get a live 60-minute group session that you're going to be doing ready to receive. That is just $197 or 2 payments of $99. And folks, these will go quick. We will hit the max here soon. So grab it. And you got also a free bonus. You announce it at midnight, create the highest version of yourself meditation. I love that. 28 minutes. That's a video. Wow, you've got some great things in here, Kourtney. Any one of these you want to share or highlight? Sorry, I went so fast. I just want to hopefully maybe get a question or two, because I know we got a lot of people eager for a little bit of help, and we may just do some rapid fire, like, quick answers here. But anything else you want to share? This is just amazing.
The class.
Yeah.
That class, we're going to do some really, really powerful things, some group exercises. I've got 2 things that I have not used before. I'm not sharing with everybody. So if you are in this class, or if you can't come to the recording, you'll get the replay of it. But
if you can't come anyway. If you can't make it, make it anyway. That's what I would say.
Definitely, because the angels are giving me some very specific things about clearing these blocks, releasing it, getting yourself out of the bondage to some of your thoughts, to some of your fears, but really even going into those other lifetime things that people go, dude, what other lifetimes? I mean, I know what you're talking about, right? But we can have these energetic boundaries that limit us, and know that we're going to be working on these tremendously during this class and getting some things. Love this holiday. getting these cleared so that you can feel that freedom. You can feel like, yes, I do have a purpose, and have that excitement and enthusiasm again.
Well, that's the date. And if you miss this or you're watching this later on and you're like, oh, we're going to have instantaneous access to the replay. So don't worry, you're not going to miss anything. You're actually going to be in a spot where you don't even have to wait. You'll be able to jump right to that. So either way, we're going to have you covered. We're going to archive it. We're going to make sure it's there, and we're going to serve you in a big way. It's all here, uwealthrevolution.com/Kourtney27, Angel Secrets to Rapid Abundance. Rapid abundance. This is the thing, rapid. And that's important because I do think there's rapid abundance waiting for every single person. But as Kourtney said, we got to get out of the paradigm. We can't be in what we think is possible. We've got to go to what we don't even know is possible. Like there is the realm of reality of things I know, right? Everybody agree there are things we know, right? There's things that we don't know, right? We could probably identify that. But you know what the biggest circle is if it was a pie chart? You know what the biggest piece of the pie is? The most enormous, gigantic piece of the pie that holds people back, that is the most costly thing in this entire universe, is what we don't know that we don't know, right? That's the stuff that we're not even aware that we're not aware of. And the truth is that is a humongous part of that pie. That's probably like 99% of the pie. We don't know what we don't know. And the truth is there's miraculous things waiting for us that we don't even know about. So go to uwealthrevolution.com/Kourtney27. Let me get to some questions coming in. I want to get to 2 rapid fire questions from folks. So send in the next 2 questions. All right, we got a question from O'Dial. Is my rapid abundance linked to me meeting my loving partner or to someone else? And O'Dial is spelled O-D-I-L-E. O'Dial. My rapid abundance, meeting my loving partner, or somebody else?
When I go into this for you, O'Dial, your joy, I love this. You achieve this vibration when you get to the point and you say, this is what I want to do. And I feel like when you meet this person, that joy, that love, that vibration just explodes. So not only is this about you meeting your potentially life companion, but as soon as you get in that vibe, all these doors start to open for you. So you've got other opportunities. It looks like you and your partner getting to do things, to go places, to experience things. And it's so much just filling that void, right? This part of your heart that you didn't even know that maybe had a little piece missing. It's there and it expands. So yes, but I do feel like, okay, and Michael is saying, yes, get to the steps and take steps 2 and 3 to get to the joy of you and knowing that you are supported, and know that then it's just opening that door and the partner's there.
Okay. I'm going to get one more question from Lisa Fry, Lisa. She says, is my rapid abundance being an animal communicator and being 100% healthy again? So I don't know if animal communication is the first place to start here, but this is from Lisa. 2 questions.
Lisa, so much of this is intertwined. When I see this, you're going to be getting messages from the animals, and not just the animals. Let me maybe be specific on this, from their owners as well, because you'll be tuning into them and getting messages about them. And that is, it's almost like you, I don't want to say you're trading this health, but as you are relaying these messages and helping them, there are parts of your body, it kind of goes off like little beacons of light that get healed. So know that this is part of your purpose. And yes, this is part of your pathway to healing faster.
Really? Wow. Wow. Okay, Lisa, that's big. Oh my gosh, Kourtney, I love it. I could do this all day. It's like literally giving gifts to everyone, but I know everyone's busy, and here's what we want to do. We've given a big gift. We've made it affordable. This is Kourtney's life work. This supports what she does in the world and the big mission she has. So check it out. We've discounted it a lot as well. And the spaces are going quick. It's been very popular this season. I know there's a lot more people jumping in, especially after this call. So 72% off for package A to get you all of the pre-recorded meditations, activations, the crystal guide, also heartfelt healing, and 3 days to align to your abundance frequency. And package B is really the live component for just $50 more. Get 30 minutes with Kourtney, which set me free 100%. I will say that to the day I die. I knew the path, but boy, was I a stubborn person who wanted to go back and suffer some more. And Kourtney, when you showed me the heart, you drew it on a whiteboard, and it was this thorny thing that was just intertwined. It was this tangly mess. Remind me of that story, the Briar Rabbit, where they try to throw him in the briar patch, and I was like, that's like the Briar Rabbit. Like I would get stuck in there. I knew that was it. I was done. And I feel like that day, that was a huge part of my healing because I felt like the angels sealed off that part of me, that cord that was just giving energy to that relationship that wasn't going to work, that wasn't going to align me to where I am now. And so I say, I don't know what I would have done if I wouldn't have met you. Very possible. Yes, I might have left after another like 6 months of going back and Lord knows what. I don't think I would have been down this timeline exactly the way that it happened with what I'm doing now and meeting Sherry. I just don't think so. So I say thank you so much for what you've done, and that's why I always bring you here and open it up for people because it's a real thing, and they are fast ways to move forward in your life. And Kourtney is the accelerator to that. She's done it for me. I know she'll do it for you. So Kourtney, thanks for being here. This was amazing.
Thank you for having me, Darius. Hey, I can't wait to meet with each and every one of you and tell you the path and the fastest way to get what it is that you're wanting, because your angels have guidance for you. They have a plan for you, and it's amazing. So I look forward to talking with y'all. Mwah. Thank you so much for having me, Darius. I just love it here.
I love you too, Kourtney. We love you. And thanks for being here, everyone. We'll see you in the next session. And we love you. Check it out, youwealthrevolution.com/Kourtney27. We'll see you in the next session. And Kourtney, I'll let you say the final goodbye.
Hey, bye, y'all. Know that your angels are with you, and ask them to let you know when they're around.
Bye-bye, everyone. Much love.